Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Malts and Meeples, where I have old fashioned chocolate bitters, quite good, and just a few packs of Wilds of Eldraine to open here. And plan for the next hour or half hour, 45 minutes, whatever, is to open up a bunch of packs, see some fun artwork on some magic cards, and chit chat. I do have a TCG player pulled up so I can check out some pricing. Actually, realize makes way more sense to do that on my phone. So I have that set aside here. And let me get this lined up where it needs to be. Somewhere over here. Let's play. Or let's get down to the table. Move the keyboard out of the way and start. I have a few different packs to open here. So the big booster box comes with, I believe it's 36 packs. The small one comes with, was on here somewhere, forget the exact number, but 12, which is why I have, I'm going to pull out kind of in this order. And let's look at some cards. We have the art card. You always get one of those. Ooh. Basic Mountain. Shatter Oath. Eric's Whisper. Prophetic Prism. Not Dead After All. Edge Wall Inn. That is cool looking. Basically, free land. They can return a card that has Adventure from the graveyard. This is why I have the this. I'm just curious, like something like that. What's that going for? 7 cents. Kind of what I expected. Tangle Span Lookout. Graceful Takedown. I may zoom in a little more in here in a section. Experimental Confectioner. I'm sure that's good. Lord Skitter, Sewer King. I never had a rat deck when I was playing, but I know people who did. And if it was like one of the pre-release cards or promo pack cards, Lord Skitter is worth some money. Oh, full art Compulsion. edge wall pack, and creepy looking fairies. So I want to center that so I can get up and do a little zoom. There we go. Better close up now. On to the next pack. Nothing too exciting in that one. Collector's packs are where the excitement is going to be mostly. Ooh, that's upside down. Horses. Ghost, spectral horses and riders. Nice. Moonshaker Cavalry. We have our island. Feed the Cauldron. Scream Puff. I just like that one for the name. Horrifying, but funny. Monstrosity. Made out of candy canes. Candy Grapple. Good for Halloween here. It's coming up a little bit. Greta Sweet Tooth Scourge. Not Gretel. Greta. Clearly Gretel. Ooh, we have a Gingerbread Hunter. 3 bowls of porridge. That's just a fun card because it's basically saying, hey, do whatever, like, do each of those once. Discerning Financier. Virtue of Persistence. That is a mythic rare. But a high cost card. Still a $5 card. Market value is $6.15, so probably $5 card. Get that one sleeved up into a case. And I like getting full art in here too. Nature's Will. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, tap all lands that player controls. Yeah, that one's going to be expensive. Nature's Will. Is it the anime board? No, it's not that. Nature's Will. Look at the different versions here. It's a $1 card. Not too bad. Oh, and then we got a decent foil here with The End. And with The End, some explosion, some breaking of something. Oh, what is this one? A monster or sorcerer token, depending on, I guess, enchantment, depending on which way you use it. Let's bust into another pack then. Eldraine, the Pyro Hammer. We have a swamp. That is some nice artwork. Sugar Rush. Moment of Valor. Toadstool Admirer. And an Evolving Wilds. Those are dime a dozen these days. Red Tooth Vanguard. Basically can cycle them in pretty quickly whenever an enchantment is played. Pull them back to your hand. Cheap creature with trample. Succumb to the cold. Ice Rot Century. Shere of the Numbing Depths. And a Spiteful Hex Mage. Whenever I see something that has, like, the mana cost is so low on that one, not that great a card. Hatching Plans, full art. I like the full art on these. They really lean into kind of the color scheme for it. So, definitely cool. Charmed Clothier. Oh! And there's always a subset of like reprinted cards. I don't remember this card. So it's always just a matter of scrolling until you can match it. It's like a dollar card. Some of the subset cards, or like the reprint cards, are good. Other ones, kind of garbage. Like, just, they're well-known cards, but not necessarily good cards. Let's open up. Ooh, that opened well. We have our token here, and I'm really hoping, double-sided, that I will get one of the anime cards here, but Prismatic Omen is sweet looking. Prismatic Omen, full art, foil, $2 card. Ley lines. If you're not familiar with ley lines have been around for a while. Leyline of the Void. The Leyline of the Void is one of the... This is a pretty decent card. Now, full art like that, it's cheaper because people don't really play with the full art cards. So it limits itself in a interesting way. These collector packs, there's going to be a lot of sleeving. Twining Twins. Say that a few times fast. That looks like it's a showcase card. Let's see if I'm right. It is. Showcase cards tend to be worth a little bit less. Oh, and Liberated Livestock. A Catbird Ox. It has each of them on the picture. That's kind of a fine card. When it dies, create a 1/1 cat, a 1/1 bird, and a 2/4 ox. Sir Ginger the Meal Ender. Legendary. Food Knight. Very silly. But worth a buck. Ground Seal. Cards and abilities. Our cards can't be in the graveyard, can't be targets of spells or abilities. Nice. That one. Yeah. Not that much play for that one. Mainly because you have to be playing something that doesn't target graveyard. Vampiric Rites. Little way to gain life and card advantage. We have a forest. Creepy. I like it. Chancellor of Tales. Taken by Nightmares. Hearth Elemental. Misleading Moats. So the collector packs are in some ways set up backwards because you have common cards at the end. Three packs. Another one. We'll see if we get through all of this tonight. We may not. I might just do half of it or less. I'll probably speed up here as we go. And they do have the regular lands, but it's always unique artwork. Sleight of Hand, Titanic Growth. Not one that I mean, I've played Titanic Growth. It works fairly well in some decks. Spell Stutter. Worse. Or it's good, like a counter spell based off of the number of fairies you have. Boundary Ranger. Charging Hooligan. Archon of the Wild Rose. Wow, that was horrible pronunciations on my behalf. Archon of the Wild Rose. 10-cent card in this form. Few bucks. The other releases. And we have the Ley Line of Sanctity. You have hexproof, and with these, if it is in your opening hand, you may begin with it in the game. Do they know ley? I need to teach my phone ley line. Ley Line of Sanctity. Full art. So it's one I'm going to just sleeve. It's like just under $1. Full art cards. Iffy as to how much they cost. Because sometimes people just love them for the artwork they have. Other times it's, well, this isn't really something I want to play in a deck. Therefore, it has more of a limited, that's cool, playability. Root Rider Fawn, Merfolk Coralsmith, Plunge into Winter, Crystal Grotto, Monstrous Rage, Embereth Veteran, Dane's Recruit, Court of Ardenvale, couple $1.50 or so. Oh, Restless Cottage. There we go. Oh, actually, that's frustrating. It looks like a decent card, except it's a land that comes in tapped. It's not that great. Restless Cottage. Just because of that. It's... yeah. It's a 40-cent card. Or market price is $1.50 or so. Oh. 2 full arts here. We have Spreading Sea. Spreading Seas. And Raid Bombardment. Whenever a creature you control power 2 or less attacks, Raid Bombardment deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. That is clearly a goblin token deck card. I would have had fun with that one. If I were to build a deck, I would definitely build a deck that can use that. Just be like, oh yeah, and here's 15 goblin tokens that are 2/1, maybe a 2/2. If I'm lucky, a 2/2 with haste. Let me get a whole bunch in and then start to attack. No signature cards yet. So there'll be gold signatures on those full art cards sometimes. Skybeast Tracker. Stormkilled Prowler. Scarecrow Guide. Picklock Prankster. Fairies. Chancellor of Tales. When you ever cast an adventure. So, adventure card there. Let me copy it. Ego Drain. Which is an online card. Interesting. And if you don't control a fairy, exile a card from your hand. Oh, so it has that negative effect on it. Obira, Dreaming Duelist. Ooh, Restless Spire. I like that artwork. The dragons intertwined there. Purchase Spire. Boras. 50-cent card or so. Ooh. Baluna Grand Squall. A giant mythic rare. $50 card. Wow, 2 mythic rares. Defense of the Heart. Defense of the Heart. There's an anime version of that. But this one is like an $8 card. So, of course, going to sleeve that. Spell Scorn Coven. There are a number of these fairy cards that have adventures on them. So, looks like Fairy Adventure deck is part of what they're trying to do. And Fairy Token. Fairy Bombardment, anybody? I'm just saying. Start putting together a deck like that. I may actually put together a few decks just using kind of bulk. Rotisserie Elemental. Funny name there. Rotisserie Elemental. Extended art. 20-some cent card there. Leyline of Abundance. We all know. I've talked about ley lines before. Oh, come on. Let's learn. Abundance. That one, cheaper card. Bramble Familiar. This is one of the showcase cards. You can tell by the border. It's a Trash Panda. Elemental Raccoon. Gruff Triplets. Billy Goat's Gruff. I like the theming on this one. Huh. That actually is a little bit more. It's a 75-cent card for just an uncommon. Spellbook Vendor. I'm going to check that one out. Cool card. Oh, Intangible Virtue. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. An existing card. Oh, Grasp of Fate. That is so cool looking. Not gonna look it up though. I lied. That's what's gonna take a while. Is I really should just have a better list that I can search on. But I really like how they're doing full art lands so much more. Totems. The Witch's Vanity. Huh. Some cool abilities on that one. Not dead after all. Rhea's Attendant, Rider Fawn, and Leaping Ambush. Continue through. Another 3 packs there. Here. I definitely am going slower. In some ways, it's nice to go slower because I have a cat who's at the door. I'm just savoring this. Oh, that's some nice artwork. Rowan, Scion of War. Got our planes. Unruly Catapult. Living Lectern. Unassuming Sage. High Fae Negotiator. We sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast this spell. If it was bargained, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Soul Guide Lantern. More fairies. We have the Knight of Doves. Provisions Merchant. Will, Scion of Peace. Will, Mythic. But one that it's like a buck card again. We have Vampiric Rites. Existing card. We have Conceited Witch. And then they offer some little mini games on some of those token cards instead. So those are kind of cool. Aha. Here we go. We've seen this artwork already, but you can see on the upper corner here, we have the gold signature. Then we have foil land. Actually, I do want to point out down here, that's interesting pattern on that. Quick Study, Water Wings, Frantic Firebolt, Solitary Sanctuary, Bitter Chill, Tenacious Tome Seeker, Court of Lochthwain. You become Monarch. So commander card worth just over $1. I'm not familiar with like kind of that monarch concept from EDH or Commander, so something new to me. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than or equal to the chosen number. That's fascinating. So, expel the interlopers. I mean, it's not worth much, but I would have had some fun with that one. There's that raid bombardment, the goblin bombardment, and compulsion again. And then we have a provisions merchant and our bird token. Yeah, you look like you're probably a good guy. Spiteful Hexmage, definitely a good guy. Plains, that is cool artwork. Beanstalk Worm. Balloon is Gatekeeper. Transmuter, Bruiser. Gallant Pie Wielder. Stroke of Midnight. Turn to a pumpkin. Ash, Party Crasher. Celebration. 2 or more non-land permanents into the battlefield under your control this turn. Put a +1/+1 counter. So it's something to do with when you or on a turn, just how much you've played. We have a fairy shapeshifter here. Likeness Looter. That one... it's looking for you to like dump a whole bunch of stuff into your graveyard. I could see that one being fun. Oh, Sanguine Bond. Bond. Forget there's... yeah, this one is just okay-ish price. I think maybe it's the other one that is priced better. But now we're on to our collector's pack. Collector's pack number 3. I'm not sure what the odds of getting one of the anime art cards are. I know like the confetti foil on them is real low. Cruel Somnophage. Equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. That one looks kind of fun. That is showcased. Yes. And I would expect this one probably is worth something, just not in showcase. Repercussion. Oh. Is this the... that is the anime artwork. Shame that's not foil, because that's like a $20 card foiled, but $2 non-foil. Another showcase and a mythic one at that. Virtue of Persistence, showcased. A 7+ buck card. $6 card. And sometimes it's worth looking on some of these cards if you get like the collector's packs or just even packs in general, because the set list is WOE, but WOC is the commander version for it, and those are often more expensive, even if it's not as good a card. Ooh, Apprentice's Folly. Dragon Mantle. That one is, I like the full art on that. Oh my goodness, Dragon Mantle. Hatching Plan. We have our Mountain. Our High Fae Negotiator. Soul Guide Lantern. I'm just curious with Soul Guide Lantern. Soup Guide Lantern. Bitter Chill, Territorial Witchstalker, Witch's Mark, Eric's Whisper, and Balluna's Gatekeeper. On to another regular pack. I almost have it down in my head where to set stuff. Voracious Vermin, Edgewall Pack, Ratcatcher Trainee, Stroke of Midnight again, Ash Party Crasher. Sometimes you get certain loops of stuff. Decadent Dragon. $1.50 for that card. It's a dragon. Not too surprised. We have Spreading Seas. Hatching a Plan. And then Bespoke Garb. And our Cursed and Wicked token. Continue along. I want to show off that artwork a little longer. That is some cool artwork. Our Swamp, Hamlet Glutton, Brave the Wilds, Rowan's Grim Search, Dutiful Griffin, Fairy, more Fairy, another Fairy, Elvish Archivist. Whenever one or more artifacts enters the battlefield under your control, put 2+1/+1 counters on Elvish Archivist. Only activate once a turn. Elvish Archivist is interesting. Interesting, I say. Copy enchantment. It's an enchantment that it's a copy of an enchantment. Copy enchantment. The regular card of this is worth more than this extended art version. Extended art version's like a 60-cent card. The regular is market price. Well, market price says 9. Listings are as low as $2.50. There we go. It's pretty easy to see signature there. We got the swirl foil in there. Beanstalk Worm, Paluna's Gatekeeper, Bellowing Bruiser, Edgewall. I like the artwork on the Edgewall. Edgewall in. Let's just look at that a little bit more. And then Shrouded Shepherd, Rotisserie Elemental, and Season of Growth. Again, I like the artwork a lot on that one. We have a Frolicking Familiar and Hope of Garapur. This is again one of those subset of cards. This version is just it's about $1. There's like a pre-release version that is a whole lot more. But still, it's the nice thing about those subset cards is they do hold basically the same value as the ones that come in the other sets, because they're not they're the same card, so they're as legal, I believe, as the other ones are. Cullen, the Fey-Blooded, full art, borderless, I should say. Borderless foil. Wow. That foil is a $12 card. I think that will come down a little bit, but I don't complain about that. That practically pays for the pack itself right there. Most of the time the packs don't pay for themselves, but I get it to be able to look at the pretty artwork on things like Dawn of Hope, the Horned Lock Whale, getting Hippogriff, Court of Vantress. That one's kind of cool looking. Probably not worth that much, but Court of Vantress extended, yes, extended. No, it's so I mentioned before, keep an eye out for the ones that are WOC. That one is Lord Skitter's Blessing. Rat is back. Extra card draw with damage to you. Lord Skitter's Blessing. Silly rat. Ooh, Knightly Valor. Cool. Griffin Eyrie. Yeah, I like that. It's a distinct fairy book look to it. We're starting to now see more cards that we've seen before. So, probably going to go a little bit faster through some of these. And I'll be done. Well, let me just grab for 2 more rounds. Set that over here. Karmic Justice. Planes. Yeah, that artwork is cool. Armory Rice. Flick a coin. Oh, come on. No coin flipping, though. That's what I'm here for. I want more coin flips. I built a whole deck around that at one point in time. That one didn't work super well. Archive Dragon. Yeah. Probably not worth that much. But a coolish one. Yeah. Dirt cheap. Some of these will go up in price as they're played more. Intrepid Truffle Snout. Ooh. Hilda's Crown of Winter. I always like enchantments. Or not enchantments, but artifacts. This one, not worth much, but Oversold Cemetery. Oh, that is cool artwork. Yeah. I don't know why I'm looking this one up. I don't think it's going to be worth much of anything. 30-cent card. Not it like that. It's not even worth me listing. I might sell, do like a batch of borderless or the extended art cards and just sell a group of them together. Island Grabby Giant, Redcap Thief, Archon's Glory, got it right the first time there, Breaks the Spell, Woodland Acolyte, Royal Treatment. Oh yeah, we have Sir Armont, but we have Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator, Planeswalker. Ooh, and that, I didn't even realize that is borderless, I believe. Yep. Which probably makes it a whole lot cheaper. It's like $1.50. I'm a little bit surprised that Planeswalkers as borderless are cheaper. We have the Restless Spire. This is like that other cottage, though, that it comes in tapped. So it's not going to get that much play in Magic the Gathering because it's a slow land. You basically miss out on a land drop for a round, which in competitive play is a huge deal. Like, yeah. So Oppression, not in this borderless state, is an expensive card. And also not in this set. It's been printed a couple times before. One more regular pack, then we get to our 5th collector's pack. We have our worm artwork here. The Beanstalk Worm. Plains Aquatic Alchemist. I wish it was like an elemental octopus. Besotted Knight. Ferocious Werefox. Curse of the Werefox. Ego Drain. Dream Duelist. Fairy Fencing. Target creatures gets -X/-X till end of the turn. That creature gets an additional -3/-3 until end of turn if you controlled a fairy before you cast this spell. So that actually is decently powerful, like specific removal. I didn't expect it to be worth much. It wasn't. But yeah. Cruel Somnifage. Pre-release on this one still going fairly strong. Stab Wound. Ooh, that one's kind of fun. I would not be surprised if... I don't expect this one to be worth much. Oh no, the other ones aren't worth much either. I was like, it's consistent life loss. Hey, do you want it in foil? I got it in foil. I'd love to pull another one of the anime cards. I really don't know like what their seed rate is. I mean, if it's 3% of the boosters, there has to be a decentish number of them. Spellbook Vendor. That can't be worth much. I swear I looked this up once before. Of course, now it didn't show me the extended art version. Also cheap. Ooh, Bitter Blossom. Okay, Bitter Blossom, I believe, is an existing card. So WOT, is this the anime one? This is not the anime one. Bitter Blossom. Yeah, like, okay, even this version of Bitter Blossom is a $15 card. That's real nice. Restless Bivouac. Land. That's not going to be worth much. I can tell you that right now. And I'm still going to look it up. Restless Bivouac, borderless, 48 cents. They say it's 60-cent market value. Court of Ardenvale. So they must have courts for each color. A court. Why am I trying to... Of Ardenvale. Extended art. So of course I picked the wrong one. Now I have to try and swipe in court again. Court of Ardenvale, extended art. Hey, that one actually is decently priced. $2. Approximately. There's our Elvish Archivist. Again. No, might not get through these all. Utopia Sprawl, Raid Bombardment, got a number of those. We have a Swamp. Eerie Interference. Fairy Dream Thief, Graceful Takedown, Slumbering Keepguard, Hamlet Glutton, Edgewall Pack, and Return from the Wilds. So I'm not going to look up any card prices on this last 4. Just going to blitz through them here and then wrap up. I was hoping I could hold them, but it needs to be low. And I will, unless there's like a, I'll look at them and go like, okay, that's a crazy pull. I'm going to mainly just be going through these. If there's something I'm curious about, not like at the Beanstalk. Extraordinary Journey. I'm just curious about that one because I want to know what it does. But I'm not going to look it up at this point in time. Then, yeah, that's not going to be worth anything. Just it's a double X cost, which is weird. Oh, we have, this must be one of the extended artworks. Conceited Witch, Torch the Tower, Turn of the Triumphant, Charmed Clothier, Shrouded Shepherd, Woodland Acolyte, Royal Treatment. Ooh, Virtue of Courage, Mythic. That one will go down there. The Goose Mother. Okay, so that was on the background of that image as foretold. And then we have that and Netherborn Altar. So I have like 5 cards that I want to look up. That'll do after the end of the stream. Another signature card. I will eventually go through and sleeve all the signature cards just because I wonder if the signature card means foil land. But those tend to be worth about $1, mainly because people like to, it's kind of cool to get that collection of fully signed cards. Resold Cemetery, Giant. Yeah, nothing of interest in that one. Well, there are a few that I would have looked up had I not already looked them up. Next time I do this will be the Doctor Who set. I'll probably buy a collector's box of that. Intruder Alarm, Prismatic Omen, Scalding Viper. Ooh, nice. So this is the Commander subset for Bernard Ginger Sculptor. Then we have Virtue of Strength. Hatching a Plan, we already know isn't much. Hatching, always with Compulsion. We have our Mountain, Red Tooth Vanguard. Back for Seconds, Greta Sweet Tooth Scourge. Dying Crescendo, Ventress, Grand Ball, and Warehouse Tabby. It's like, I want to look real quick on something, but there we have it. Got a good look at that Warehouse Tabby. We went through half of what I have. I might sit down here and open up a little more, but I mean, that's a fairly good stream of 24 packs total. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you had fun with that. I had a lot of fun opening it. I'm very curious about the cards I have laying out in front of me to see what some of them are. If you enjoy content like this, please subscribe, leave a comment down below, or give the video a thumbs up. It's really helpful to know with what people might be interested in. And there are certain things that I'm probably just always going to do, like the Doctor Who set that's coming out. I'm excited for it, so I'm going to open up some packs and look at it. But if this isn't something that you're super interested in, like the Wilds of Eldraine theme was one that interested me, which is why I picked up some for it, but I'll probably skip most of them. I do plan on opening up more packs as time goes on, but yeah, let me know what you think of this content. And if you're more interested in the board game content I will be doing the Isofarian Guard on Wednesday, so you can join me then at 8 p.m. Central Time for that. And yeah, next Monday, back to playing some solo game. We'll have to see which one it is. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And, well, I always forget 2 other things. First, if you enjoy this content, if you enjoy the board game coverage that I do, want more in-depth reviews, stuff like that, you can check out nerdologist.com, where I write board game articles and other nerdy articles regularly. And then you can also, if you're interested in Marvel, check out my Marvel podcast at 10 Minute Marvel. It's available on iTunes, Google Podcast, and Spotify. I really should get it on a few more. I just need to work on getting that set up. But with that, thank you again for watching. Bottoms up.